1, 2, 3, there you go.
And a pleasant good evening, everybody. We welcome you from Buzz-In Steakhouse, 9910 Evergreen Way here in South Everett. Along with the boss dog, head coach of the Washington Wolfpack, J.R. Wells. I'm J.J. Jensen. Glad to have you with us. Coach,
what's up, baby?
It's week number three of indoor football's premier tier, the 50-yard indoor arena football 1.
Yeah, man.
And you're coming off of a bye week.
Much needed.
Much needed indeed. Yeah. Be like cardboard. Break it on down from what transpired over the last 7 days plus.
Yeah, no. Again, we're blessed to have the type of schedule that we have right now. Going to basically get the cobwebs off for the team that we've built thus far. Going against Oregon, who will play 4 times in the season. Obviously, we'll be able to get that filtrated through the next coming years, to be able to kind of move that around a little bit more. But we always love playing Oregon. It's always going to be a tough, contended game. Like I always say, mad respect to Coach Jones, always put him a team together kind of deal. But being able to go through basically what we call a preseason game for us, to be able to see what kind of pieces and part we have, what we need to work on, fix, evaluate, all those things, and then go into that bye week, critique those things, film, study, breakdown, training, and now we're here game week going against one of the top-tier teams in the league.
Feeling quite refreshed, rejuvenated,
Absolutely.
And you're motivated 24/7. Yourself, Coach Millie, the squad, everyone in the organization. Getting that first game down and seeing the inner workings, all the goings on, and making the subtle adjustments, making continuous refinements in order to be able to execute the total plan completely, and that all comes from the top down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Top down, and I say that, and I've said that in the last, 2 years now, this being our third year, is we have to execute. It's easy to say, oh, guys are running wide open. If you don't execute, it doesn't matter if they're wide open. You can't go into this type of game and not put up points, overall. Obviously, our defense is smothering. We're doing some really good things there. Special teams, we ended up getting a really good kicker. Those pieces are coming together. Now it's really important for this game, this week, against a top-tier team, playoff team, championship caliber team, to not only move the ball but be a very competitive Washington Wolfpack and show you guys some new things that we got going on.
You take on the Nashville Kats last week, who defeated Michigan 70-48.
Yeah.
Great work. Amos Thurman had 5 receptions, 102 yards on kick return alone, had an INT, 4 interceptions by the Nashville Kats defense, 7, and led the team with 7 tackles.
Yeah, no, it's a good team that's out there. That was a really good ball game that was going early into the game, looked really competitive, and then, Nashville does what Nashville does, which is start to pull off. They're a great team coached by a great Hall of Fame coach, and, that's what we're walking into, and we're really excited for the challenge coming up.
A couple of defensive menaces for the Cats. I mean, they are tough ones. Trey Meadows had 8 tackles in that ball game over the Michigan Arsenal. Derek Jones, Derek Maxwell, each with 6 tackles. Team had 2 sacks. That was on the defensive side of the ball, and definitely going to have the hands full and putting an offense getting the work against the Cats.
Yeah, most important thing in this arena game is getting the ball out of your hands. It was unfortunate for us in week number 1, a lot of holding on to the ball. That's not a success kind of recipe, and so, again, going back to the drawing board, reevaluating what we have and who we have, that's going to be leading this offense, just to remind everybody that's in that QB room, hey, we got to get rid of the ball. We cannot hold on to the ball. We got to get the boys the ball in space and let them do work. We always call it FTB, feed the beast.
Mm-hmm. Offensively for Nashville, Tyler Kulka, he had a really solid ball game against Michigan. He went 14 of 18, 258 yards, 6 tosses to the crib, only 1 INT.
Yeah, no, that's my guy, man. I really like my man, you know what I'm saying? I met him in Florida. I knew he was a beast, you know what I'm saying? And he just continues to grow. And, of course, when you have, your brother up in the mix, and he's tossing the pig, doing some really great things out there in Albany, right? It's when it's your turn, when it's your number that gets called, you got to show up and show out. And, shout out to my guy, Tyler. I'm beyond excited to be able to see him again at his home arena. And now it's our turn to go ahead and return the favor for what you guys brought to us last year.
Cats had 5 receivers catching passes. Malik Honeycutt, he is definitely a problem. 7 for 120, 3 catches in the crib, his longest at 42 yards.
It's a speed demon, man. That kid is just so elusive. He knows how to manipulate the arena game, the space that's there and or not there, right? As we say for the wide receivers, you got to get open in a phone booth, and that kid does just that. And something that we've been evaluating, obviously, over film and knowing that that's just one of the many weapons that Nashville has that we need to stop.
Peyton Puillo had 1 catch for 40. Stephen Peterson, 2 for 42, 1 touchdown. His longest catch, a reception at 29 yards. B.K. Smith Jr., 2 for 50, longest at 27. Jordan Gandy, 3 for 51, 1 TD catch, longest for 30. So, indeed, pardon the pun, if you will, but their arsenal was locked and loaded.
Yeah, for sure. And that number one is a testament to their offensive coordinator drawing up the plays that are working, right? And then going down the pipe with my guy Tyler, distributing the ball to the open guys, getting them the balls early, and letting them do work.
And on the flip side, you'll be meeting up with the Michigan Arsenal later on in the season. Malik Henry went 28 of 48, 285, 4 tuds, and a passing rating at 77, and he was sacked twice.
Yeah, he's just a natural beast, man. Just one of the guys that'll be going down as one of the greats in this game. Again, the kid that knows how to get rid of the ball. Don't hold on to it. Just get rid of it. Give it to one of the guys, and not only just give it to him, but give it to him in a way that they can actually make a play on it. And that's what he does, man. Doesn't matter where he goes, he's going to distribute the ball. He's going to get those yak yards, and most importantly, he's going to score.
Michigan has 2 solid receivers going for over 100 yards. Jarvius Grissom, 11 for 141, 2 touchdowns. His longest reception at 26. And Daniel Williams, 9 for 105, 1 catch for a TD, and his longest reception was 38 yards.
Yeah, man, Michigan got a really good team, man, and I love what, Coach Lyotta's doing out there with them and building that program. They're new on the block, but not Coach Lyotta. He's been in the game for a long minute. He understands the arena game, and I really love what Jerry Gary and the whole crew's doing at the top, putting these coaches and this AF1 together, man. This is one of those programs that we continue to say is going to be solid and, as you started with, a top premier in the league.
Other games in week 2, Albany shutting down Beaumont on the road, 55-27. And how about the Kentucky Barrels? My goodness, they got some high octane. Shutting down expansion Oceanside, 80-42.
Yeah, man, again, these are just Hall of Fame coaches that are just doing what they do best, putting their players in the right positions to make great plays. And, Coach Walker found him a diamond in the rough, in Florida. That kid, Shea, man, that dude is an absolute menace going out there throwing, I believe, 9 touchdowns, just doing whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, seeing the field, but most importantly, he got rid of the ball.
Washington Wolfpack Coaches Show proudly brought to you by the great folks at Tulalip Resort Casino. And the Washington Wolfpack would like to thank them for their valued partnership as inaugural members of the Ring of Honor. The Tulalip Resort Casino has truly stepped up to back the pack. Tulalip Resort Casinos, 3 casinos, endless fun. When you want the best of everything, it's at Tulalip Resort and Casino. Everything Tulalip.com. Log on their website. You'll be glad you did. Also brought to you by Mack & Sons Concrete, your local expert since 1993. From decorative finishes to full renovations, their skilled team delivers quality results that you can count on. Mack & Sons Concrete, build on excellence. Whether you are considering a renovation of a new extension, their skilled team is committed to delivering exceptional results. Remember them. Mack and Sons Concrete. And also probably brought to you by one of our P1s.
Yeah.
Buzz-In Steakhouse, 11 locations to serve you, 9 right here in Snohomish County, right here at the home base at 9910 Evergreen Way here in South Everett. Log on to buzzinsteakhouse.com, and they have 2 locations in Eastern Washington as well, in Ellensburg and in Wenatchee. So it's where the pack eats. Matter of fact, they're on the backside right now, and we're gonna have a number of them come right at you. And in just a little bit, we got a special segment that we're going to be We'll feature all the players on the squad. We're going to do them in 3-player increments all throughout every Washington Wolfpack coaches show, and you don't want to miss it. It is going to be absolutely awesome to get the speaks with the players. Off the football field, you had a chance to catch some of the games that were streamed, that were presented on AF1 on the Vice TV Game of the Week, and we're going to have 2 of them. Actually, 2 of them coming up on Saturday at Nashville, actually at Clarksville M&T Arena, and then on May the 2nd, it will be a Vice TV national televised game against the defending Arena Crown champion Albany Firebirds, and looking forward to a sizable crowd on hand over in the Den, and always looking to have a good time.
Yeah, no, I really love where we're at as a team in general, and just as the head coach. You know, it's been a lot of talk from me as the head coach about the special things that are going on with this program, you know, and I truly believe them. You know, of course, it's tough to continue believing going into the 3rd year. You just took a loss to Oregon, your offense didn't score kind of deal, but belief is really what you want to lean on, and that's my job as the head coach, is to continue believing and then just put the proof in the pudding, you know, and that's now coming off of that preseason game is what we looked at, you know, going into our bye week, and now going back to back with that 2-headed monsters, you know, the ones that were in the championship last year, is how do we size up against a Nashville and against a dominant Albany Firebirds, who's always on fire kind of deal. And this is our time. This is our oh man, I got chills just thinking about it. It's show up or show out, you know, show up and show out. And we're going to do it.
Proof, faith, and entrusting in the process.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And we know that the process is what we've been building. You know, surface level is what y'all see. We know we're deeply rooted. We got the players. The players are believing in. You know, they're all bought in, and this is a player-led program. And we're going to show just how tough we really are. Resilience is what we stand on. We believe in one another. We believe in this program. We believe in our ownership. We believe in our fan base. We believe in the AF1, and we believe in what's about to happen this weekend is something special for us to lean on.
Heading to Clarksville, Tennessee. Y'all will be leaving on
Friday,
heading to Nashville, and then 20 miles down the road down to Clarksville. Wouldn't it be a trip to take that last train to Clarksville?
Yeah.
That's an oldie but a goodie from the Monkees, 1966. Had to go there, man.
I know it.
Wish I was heading on that trip, but that will be the national AF1 Game of the Week on Vice TV. Eli Gold, he is the GOAT.
He is. I just talked to him today, man. That dude is so cool, so chill. He understands the game, the process, and just, you know, being able to chop game with people who understand what's happening around here is always good. You know, you got people slandering and throwing up, you know, that dirt, and it's okay. You can be a keyboard warrior all your life, but, you know, somebody like Eli, man, that kid is, like you just said, he's a GOAT, and he understands what's happening.
Well, Jay-Z said it best, you got to turn that dirt off your shoulder, man.
Come on now. Dust your shoulders off.
We're going to pause for the cause and take care of a few messages, but when we come back, oh, yeah. We're going to have something special heading your way. It's just a little over 2 minutes away. So glad you're with us here from Buzz-In Steakhouse, 9910 Evergreen Way here in South Everett. This is the Washington Wolfpack Coaches Show. We'll be back in, as Chuck Woolley would say, 2 and 2. Hang on, you. We'll be right back after this timeout.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills. I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
It's gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I get clients.
I am more. I'm more than who I am on paper.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/act now.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Here's Grandma Florence after that flood wiped out the whole neighborhood. Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe. And it's the best way to protect that legacy.
Your family is your legacy. Planning for a natural disaster will make sure you're all safe. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family right out.
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father.
Crippling depression, anxiety, exhaustion.
I was in prison and my mom had a heart attack.
There's a lot of institutional issues and challenges that suggest to us that dads aren't essential, and I've always rejected that.
Sometimes you don't have to know everything about being a dad. You just gotta be there.
Attacks attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And welcome back to Buzz Inn Steakhouse here at 9910 Evergreen Way in South Everett. As I promised you, we're going to have something special every week during the Washington Wolfpack Coaches Show as we get up close and personal with all the players in the segment we like to call Players Only. And hopefully we get everybody squeezed in there. There we go. We're all up close and personal up in here at Buzz Inn Steakhouse. And this is the Washington Wolfpack Coaches Show. I'm J.J. Jensen. Alongside for the ride in our first installment of Players Only. To my immediate left, that would be to the viewer. You, the viewer, to the right. That's AG. That's Akil Greer.
Pleasure.
You betcha. On the outside, Jake Oliphant, he played in our first season, and right in the middle, my man, bring it on down.
He already know Bird, man. Y'all know what's going on.
The Birdman is in the building. Glad to have you all here. Akil, let's get things started with you. Where did you come from, and where did you go in your college career?
So I'm from Kosciuszko, Mississippi. I played my college ball at St. Augustine's University as an HBCU in Raleigh, North Carolina. And from there, ended up playing against Coach Wells when I was with the Wichita Regulators. My first season in the AFL, rookie season, and me and him shook hands. He granted me with a life-changing opportunity, and now I'm going on my second year here with the Washington Wolfpack.
Okay, Birdman, how about you? Where are you from? Where did you go to school, and how did you make your way in your football career to get here to the Pacific Northwest?
Well, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County.
Duval, yes, sir.
I went to school, Butler Community College. It's a JUCO out of Kansas. And then from there, I went to Stephen F. Austin out of Texas. And me and Coach Wells, last year I was with Albany. I got released from camp, and, I sent him my film, and he just seen what kind of person I was. We kind of rocked, and we hit it off from there, so here I am year 2.
And Jake, you were here in year 1, and you went down to Beaumont, Texas in year number 2 in another league, and you all won the league championship, and you decided to make the trek right back here to the PNW. Where did you go? Where did you go to school, and where are you from? Where did you go to school, and your pathway here to AF1?
I grew up in northeastern Nevada, middle of nowhere. Went to a D2 school in South Dakota, Northern State, for 5 years, and then I went to University of North Dakota for my 6th year. And then I came out here in that first year, 2024, played that first year, and then went to Beaumont last year, won a NAL championship. And then I'm back here, try to do the same thing for Washington.
UMD Fighting Hawks.
Yes, sir.
I spent a year in North Dakota when I was in the Air Force. I was over in Minot, and I did a lot of road tripping up where they say only the best come north, but
why not Minot?
Why not Minot? Because freezing is the reason. Try 35 below zero before the wind chill. Harsh driving conditions over there. It's long, it's flat, a lot of snow, a lot of cold, but you had a lot of great experiences playing at UND.
Yeah, it's a good program, good school. They just got a bunch of new facilities and everything that look great.
Now with the three of you as part of the squad, how have you all been able to mesh together in Coach Wells' philosophy offensively, and then on the defensive side of the house with Coach D. Millie? AG.
Since I've got here, everything that Coach Wells has implemented has been like family atmosphere and basically just buying in. And I feel like every year just got better and better. And I feel like this year is like the peak of what he's trying to do with the Wolfpack program. And as far as like team bonding and just everybody like buying into what he's saying, it truly does feel like a family. And not only with the team, but also in the community as well. The community accepts us, takes us in as family as well.
Bird?
Kind of the bounce back what AG said, Coach Wells, he preaches the family mentality, and we bring that every day, and the standard is the standard. We try to uphold that. Speaking on the defensive side with Coach Millie, he easy going, man. He just here to, mediate and help us play ball, smack squad, do what we do. So we just gelling together back there every day. We getting comfortable playing with each other, so we just having fun back there.
And Jake,
kind of how Bird said, the standard's the standard. How you do anything, how you do everything. So one thing here at this program, we focus on little details, and we try to improve every day. Make sure we have no mistakes. That way, we're getting better every day. Coming back, I was amazed at how quick everybody bought into that and moved forward. The team just accepted everybody right away, got together as a family, just bonded immediately, and I usually don't see that when I go around to other programs.
Going off the football field and being out and about in the community and taking in the ambiance here in the Pacific Northwest. You got access, plenty of things in the outdoors. I mean, you're a stone's throw away from the water. You're, hop, skip, and a jump to the mountains. You guys been able to take in any of those activities while you've been here?
We went to that one that park that overlooked the water and where the ferries went.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I think it was like Lighthouse Park or something.
Mukilteo.
Okay, Mukilteo. That's missed hop, skip, and a jump, and went across over to Whidbey Island, right? Yeah, that's the north end is my neck of the woods. So the Big Rock. That's one of the largest islands in the continuous 48 states to Long Island, New York, in terms of landmass. So, and you got Naval Air Station Whidbey Island up there, and it's you got everything over there. I mean, you got the small town kind of vibes in there. You got some rural happening, but just good down home, good natured folk. And if you ever get the chance, when things get a little bit warmer, y'all need to check out Deception Pass. That you want a tree, especially when the weather really gets good. You got clear skies. You want to catch a sunset. Get over to Deception Pass. Get out to West Beach. It's even better. It's kind of it's on the outskirts of town, maybe 3 miles. But I'll tell you, the sunset's a killer. You will seriously dig it. Now, in terms of personal interests, hobbies, things you like to do, AG.
Honestly, football is my life. Like, it's literally all that I do. Whenever I'm not playing football, I feel like in my spare time I'm doing something to better myself with football. But one thing I will say that I do enjoy doing is like spending time with family, traveling, and things of that nature. Trying to like go to new places, try new foods, so things like that. But football is my everything. That's literally all I do.
Are you much of a video gamer?
I was when I was younger, but since I've gotten older, it's like everything just been like straight football. I do play the game from time to time, but I've been so like laser focused on football lately. I barely play like I used to.
I have to ask, what was your favorite platform? Were you a PlayStation kind of guy?
Yeah, I was a PlayStation kind of guy. My dad was more of an Xbox type of guy, so yeah, PlayStation type of guy.
Hey, Birdman, how about you?
I be chilling. I don't really be doing much. You feel me? Like AG said, football everything for me. So I be trying to just focus on ball, better myself with ball. Outside of that, I'll probably be fishing. That's something
okay.
I'll go fishing.
All right.
Yeah, I ain't doing too much.
Okay, I know a few fishing holes around here, man. You get some really good stuff.
Here?
Oh yes, sir.
It be raining so much you can't do nothing.
Hey, man, they got everything, man. We got perch, we got trout.
You gotta show me something now.
For sure. That's right. All right, Jake, be like cardboard. Break it on down, man. What do you like to do when you're not on the field?
I
you're
go
on the ground
hunting and fishing all the time.
Okay.
So it's nice being back up in the Pacific Northwest with the mountains, everything. I'm used to that. But I've been playing the video game when I'm not working on football. I know we spend a lot of time in the gym and watching film and everything, but play a lot of 2K.
Okay.
A lot of Madden.
Oh, yes. Which platform?
PS5 all the way.
PS5. All right. I'm an OG gamer, man. Going back to Sega Genesis.
You got Dreamcast.
Yeah, I didn't do Dreamcast. I did the Genesis, but there's a system similar to the Genesis that's manufactured in Japan and also available in Europe, and that was the Mega Drive. So you had some of the Japanese and European games, the releases that were not available here in the U.S. Back in the day. Yeah. So when I was in the Air Force, I was based out of Japan, but I did a bit of traveling and scored a lot of those old games. But then going into the PC, it was Madden, it was NBA, all EA Sports, except for Joe Montana football, sports talk football with the legendary Jack Buck. Man, that was priceless. That was absolutely priceless. But the fans taking in the energy, the ambiance, from what they represent in the arena and out of the arena, being involved in the one community mindset. What would you like to do to make this entity even better for the fans?
I feel like all three of us can agree on this. Like, one thing we need to do for the fans is win. I feel like that's just the main thing. I feel like they're very, very good to us. We have the adoption program going on, so they are very good to us on the field and outside of the field. So I feel like the only way that you can reciprocate that type of energy to them is just bring in wins.
The buddy system, right? Bird.
Shoot, like AG said, we got to bring them dogs on. You feel me? That's gonna make them happy. They great to us off the field, on the field. I'm loving the energy the fans bringing this year. You feel me? They excited about it. They deserve it for us to bring it back. Them dogs, we gonna bring it back.
Had a pretty sizable crowd on hand for the home opener, and it's going to keep growing and expanding, man. Just getting the word out.
Yeah.
Jake.
I think they nailed it on the head. The biggest thing is we just got to win. The community treats us great. They accept us in with open arms. We just got to return the favor and win for them.
And Jake, you were here in year one, so you've seen the significant difference from getting off the launch pad and then the development when you were away and then coming back here for the third season.
The growth from year 1 to year 3 is exponential. It's not even close. It's not even close. And it's just only going to keep going up from here.
Look forward to great things, and looking forward to catching up with y'all on the off time as well. And definitely, Birdman, I'm going to definitely get you situated with some of the fishing holes around this area, man.
Man, I need it, man.
You too, Jay. It's like, get rods and reels ready. It's gonna be, it'll be a good time, no doubt. Fish will be biting. We'll make sure everything's in season too. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, sir.
Akil Greer, Jadarius Bird, Jake Oliphant in our inaugural installment of Players Only. We're going to take a pause for the cause, take an extended break. When we come back, get Coach J.R. Wells, head coach J.R. Wells, into the thick of it, talk a little more shop, and then wrap things up here for this edition of the Washington Wolfpack. Coach, you're so glad you're with us here from Buzzard Steakhouse at 9910 Evergreen Way here in South Everett. Back with more after we take this timeout.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. It's here. It's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
Alzheimer's, it was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life, and I'm so proud to call you my son.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone, that's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
2 flashes.
Feel like you can tell every time I see you. Congratulations.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug. You know I'm fighting.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.com.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
And there we go. Welcome back to the Washington Wolfpack Coaches Show. Due to a slight technical difficulty, you stood by. We're so happy that you are able to join us. Don't forget, every Wednesday night here at Buzzin' Steakhouse, 9910 Evergreen Way here in South Everett, all the way through the season. We got some special folks that we would like to thank before we venture on. Sam's Cats and Dogs, it's your local family-owned pet food and supply store locations in Everett, Monroe, and Redmond, and they make life better for both ends of the leash. Stop by their booth at the games at Angel of the Winds Arena to learn more and grab some tasty samples for your pets. Also, R&L Windows, providing high-quality window replacements right here in Everett. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows that improve comfort, style, and value. R&L Windows, a smart investment for your home. And also the great folks at Unique Brewing Company, locally owned craft brewery and tap room located right here in South Everett, just a stone's throw away over at the near the Everett Mall. They offer 32 taps of in-house made beers and seltzers along with other local ciders, wines, and sodas. And they are family-friendly. Well-behaved pets are encouraged and are welcome. And come and get your signature Wolfpack IPA on tap now at Unique Brewing Company. Not too far away from Everett Mall right here in South Everett. Getting primed and ready to make the trip over to Clarksville, Tennessee. Leave Friday afternoon.
No, Friday morning.
It'll be Friday morning.
Yeah.
Yes, it's because it's quite a flight across the country.
Yep.
But you got the AF1 National Televised Game of the Week that will be on Vice TV. Check your cable and satellite listings, and actually you got back-to-back national games
Thankfully.
Of the week.
Yeah, no, we're beyond looking forward to this opportunity to showcase what this Wolfpack has been doing, the work that we've been putting in, the work the boys have been putting in, and the belief that we have in our program.
Looking down the slate, the next 4 games, actually the next 5 games. So Nashville on Saturday next week at home against Albany on Saturday, May 2nd. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Then on Saturday, May the 9th, heading just east of H-Town. Houston heading to Beaumont, Texas to take on the Renegades. And then at Oregon at First Interstate Bank Arena. That will be on Saturday, May 16th, 6 p.m. kickoff, 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And I'm hoping to, I'm definitely got that on my calendar. I definitely want to go over to Oregon. It's been a while since I've been out that way. And then right back home on May 23rd. That is also a Saturday. So 5 straight Saturday games. May 23rd at home against the Beaumont Renegades, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And so at Beaumont on the road. Prior to that, Albany at home. Again, that's Vice against Albany. At Beaumont, that will be on Fox 13 Plus. At Oregon, also Fox 13 Plus, and then Beaumont coming to town at the Den at Angel the Winds Arena in Everett. Yours truly along with James Bring on the call. It's been a bit of a time that from when we had our first broadcast, and the response is really good. We thank you for the kudos and the salutations and letting us know that you're able to watch us. But even better, go to WashingtonWolfpack.com, get your season game tickets, and if you got a group, you can get a group discount of your tickets. Log on to WashingtonWolfpack.com. 5 home games remaining, and it just keeps getting better. Take in the fan experience, and hopefully if we could get the pieces, bits, and parts together in arena, we will also provide an radio audio in the arena. Yes, we have the capability. Oh, yes. So be on the lookout for that on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, X, Washington Wolfpack, and, of course, here on YouTube at Washington Wolfpack. So connect with us, and we'll make sure that we follow you, too, and keep you on the ball and up to date with all the goings on. Special thanks to all of our sponsors for making this show happen and this team, this organization happening, because it's all about one community.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we build on, is the foundation of our community, our fans, family, friends. And, we got some, again, man, I say it all the time, we got something special. Okay, Coach, well, show us something special. And, this week, national televised game is that special something that we're bringing to you.
Yes, sir.
Live and direct.
Well, it has been fun, but we got to run. You make sure you all have yourselves a really wonderful week.
Tune in Saturday. Don't forget, watch Saturday Vice. Stay tuned for Saturday against the Nashville Kats.
2 p.m.
in
Pacific.
Clarksville. Keep your eyes on the TV.
2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern with the GOAT, Eli Gold, on the call for the Boss Dog. Head coach G.R. Wells, I'm J.J. Jensen, reminding you as always, be good to you and yours. Be healthy, be happy, and by all means, please, do be safe out there. Until next time, later, players.
Hey, now we hit the feeling! Okay, like, let's go like, let's go like, let's go like.
Champions on me, champions on 3. 1, 2, 3, champions! All right,